Hey, I'm Zeprider. Appreciate you watching my channel. If you came here to watch this video, you're interested in getting one of many types of cameras mounted to your helmet. I'm only going to discuss mounting the GoPro HD Hero 2, even though I think the Hero 1 does the same thing. I keep mine in a handy Pelican case, safest way to travel with this camera, outside of being on your vehicle. I purchased the Hero 2 Motorsports version, which is pretty good. What I wanted to do, let me grab my helmet here. What I wanted to do was get a camera on this helmet in such a way that, it didn't draw too much attention. Now, you can put your camera up here and go down the road like an ace. That provides some pretty cool shots. I didn't like that. You could mount it to the side of your helmet, have it sticking out here like, another appendage. I didn't like that either. Zep likes things from the perspective of the rider, first-person shooter, point of view styled riding and videoing. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about mounting it onto the front of the helmet. This particular helmet is a Scorpion Exo 700, which is my first full-face helmet and probably the only one I'll ever need. It smells to high hell, but it does the trick. Helmet's already got this is a Bluetooth communicator, Sena SMH10, multiple speakers inside the helmet, so you can listen to music in stereo or somebody who gives you a phone call. My God, it's loud. It's very loud. No matter what speed you're traveling, and they can hear you too. So if you ever were interested in that, there you go. Beautiful setup. What we're going to do is complicate the hell out of this helmet by adding a camera to it. Now, like I said, I wanted to add it to the front of the helmet, and in order to do that, I had to come up with a solution. Now, GoPro, they give you a plethora of mounting accessories. You got little curved ones, you got flat ones, you got arms that do all kinds of, but you don't need that. What you really need is GoPro's tripod mount. As simple as that. It's like a $6 to $8 item, depending on where you buy it, and a tripod mount is simply that. Has the bolt in the bottom for just like a camera. That is a 1/4 20 bolt. All right, and I checked around in my garage. I had a whole bunch of nuts and bolts, and I had a carriage bolt. Carriage bolt is denoted by the round head. Sometimes the collar or shoulder on the bolt is squared off for certain applications. But the carriage bolt, checked it out, screwed it right in. It was like, hey. Perfect, 1/4 20 bolt right there. But you don't need this much bolt. This is a lot of bolt. So I had to measure it down. And what I ended up with was a bit shorter of a bolt. The idea behind this bolt is to pass through the material that your helmet is comprised of, from the internal section to the external. Now, I chose to mount my camera right at the apex of the curve in the helmet. Here's a problem some of you are going to run into. I've seen some 707 helmets that have a point, kind of like the bow of a ship. May cause a problem. You may not be able to mount it like that. I've seen some helmets that have various curves in them, whether they be, a curve at the top, kind of octagon style. So you're going to have to choose very carefully, very wisely as to what kind of helmet you're going to mount this on. Again, Scorpion Exo 700. I found it to be fairly simple. Second problem you're going to run into is the kind of bike that you're riding and your riding style. I ride a Suzuki V-Strom DL650. The 650 is more of an upright ride. Granted, you do have a little lean forward, but you're not talking a Gixxer here or an R1 or another bike where you bent over and you're grabbing the handlebars. If you ride that style, you'll probably have to come up with another mounting solution. All right, getting into it. Got your helmet. Let's take a look again at this tripod mount. This is a GoPro product. You have a flat surface here, 1/4 20 bolt. It's a 1/4 inch with 20 pitch threads on it, and it comes with, obviously, your Titan down here. Important to note is that this kind of has an upward curve in this direction. What I found works best is to have this facing upward. In other words, when it's on your helmet, you want it facing up so that it gives your camera the most lean back. Because when you take your GoPro camera and you put it on the mount, you've got some adjustability there. But if you have, like I was discussing, a different type of sports bike, or you ride leaning forward a great deal, that's going to put your point of view much further down than you want it. In my particular application, it works great. So first thing you want to do is you want to figure out, like I said, how much helmet you have to get through. I found out that I needed approximately that much. I did that by taking a piece of electrical tape and measuring it out. So you put the bolt through, you wrap some electrical tape around it, making sure that you have enough room to screw into the tripod adapter, as well as a good washer. This thick-ass rubber washer here is actually a toilet bowl washer. One of the washers that are used to mount the tank to the base. So it's nice and thick, rubbery, flexible, provides good vibration dampening. Not that you really need it with a GoPro, that's why you pay good money for that camera, but I wanted the extra insulation there anyway. So this is how it works. Once you figure out the size bolt that you, the length of the bolt rather, that you need a 1/4 20, and you figure out where you want to put it. Now I chose to drill a hole in my helmet exactly at the apex of the chin, but directly in line with the button on my air vent, okay? Once I figured out how long I needed it to be, I simply passed it through. All right, now you got it sticking out. You take your washer and you put it on here. Now before you do that, one of the things you might want to consider is putting some glue. Simple glue on there, such as, let me bend over here and get some Elmer's glue. All right, consider putting some just simple, this is carpenter's glue. You don't really need Gorilla Glue. You don't need super glue. Please don't do that or you'll have a bitch of a time getting it off, okay? One thing I also recommend trying is some blue Loctite. Permatex brand will do. That'll at least give you some resistance on the bolt threads so that it will not move when you have it on. All right, just a little bit of that. Screw this down. All right. Now I'll press on that. Make sure I get it nice and tight. And make sure that she is, in fact, level. Now I'm ready to mount my camera on. Just remove the primary bolt. Get your camera. And you slip it in there. Put your bolt back in. And you tilt your camera all the way back and fasten it down. And there you have it. So let's talk about this bad boy GoPro for just a moment. We're not really going to get in depth as to how the camera works or how good it works. We all know what that's about. So let's say you've got your camera there. You know it's got a built-in microphone, which it doesn't pick up the best sound in the world. Yes, if you're not going too fast with your helmet closed, you could probably speak inside your helmet and the camera will pick up something, maybe, okay? Is it going to be of any quality? Are you going to be assured that you're going to get heard on your video? Maybe, all right. What I chose to do was buy the skeleton case. This leaves the sides open so that you can access the ports. On this side, you've got your memory card and your HDMI port. On the other side, see if I can turn this around, you've got, how the hell does that work? Okay, over here, there we go. Over here, you've got a jack for your television output, you've got your USB port, and you've got your microphone port. That's your key. Microphone port is what you want if you want to input audio directly from inside your helmet. I've got a solution, okay? On the inside of my helmet here, I have a microphone that I put inside with a cable. All I do is reach it over, plug it in, and make sure that it's fastened down. All right. Anyway, with your helmet cam mounted, you're ready for some action on off-road. You'll get some great pictures, some great takes, as you'll see on my blog. Hopefully we'll get some rides in here soon with the camera on, and we'll start doing some video blogging. I know I did one this morning, so I'm going to try and cut that one together. One other thing I recommend when you have this, since this is the skeleton version of the case, again, you've got your sides that are open. What I've done, in order to keep dirt out of the important places, is I've placed Scotch tape over the ports. So you can see you've got your HDMI and your SD card port here. Slip of Scotch tape there, Scotch tape rather. Same thing on the other side. I covered the two holes, the USB and the video out port, with Scotch tape. So at least you're not getting any extra dirt in there. The microphone cord covers the port all by itself. Do not ride with this in the rain. You will get your camera wet. It will not be a good result. If you're going to ride in the rain, make sure that you have, which it comes with all of them, is the waterproof case. Good down to 197 feet, I believe, the website or the brochure says. I haven't used this one yet simply because I can't get a microphone cord into it. I don't really ride in the rain much. I can, I don't. Okay, that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something from it. Be sure to like, dislike. I'll probably end up with 17 people that don't like carriage bolts. And there may be a good reason for that. I'm going to find out eventually. Anything you want to know, just ask. Put it down in the comments below, and I'll try to get to a subject of your choosing. Take care. Ice cream trucks. I fucking hate them, like circus clowns. You know how people don't like clowns? This cat isn't really going anywhere. It's a great design. It's a great solution. And I'm going to enjoy using it. One last thing I wanted to go over was, I don't know what the hell I wanted to go over. It's hot out here. I'm dying. This guy with the fucking lawnmower driving me crazy. Anyway, just let the glue set up. And get your thing connected here.